Chicago. And they're a lead Zolo. Hey, is Marvin there? Hey, Marvin, this is RJ Bates calling about your property on Evans Avenue. How are you?
Okay, who is RJ Bates?
Well, I am. What would you like to know about me?
Okay, sir, just tell me who you are. I'm very busy. I have meetings here with people I have to meet with. I respect the fact that you call. That's why I'm asking you, who are you? You tell me who you are. I don't know who you are.
Well, I'm the guy that you went on my website and you said you wanted to sell. So I was just calling you.
About a month or so ago?
No, I think it was about a week or so ago. But
no, it wasn't a week ago. It had to be over a month ago. I remember I did do something like that. Okay, the property values over there have skyrocketed. They have really gone up. A property right down the street from me sold 6 days ago, 6444. Hold on a second. Gerald, I'll be right with y'all, man. Just hold tight. Keep those pins. I need those pins for the insert. I need those inserts. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
6444 South Evans just sold 6 days ago for $830, I think it was. But it's a new construction. It's 3-story, and it's fine or vinyl because now they make these new buildings like a drywall. They don't even put no plywood or anything. It's in Chicago. It's against the code. They have rated drywall. And another one, 6314, 2 blocks away from me, or let's say a block and a half. 6314. It's a 3-unit. It sold for, I think it was $789 2 weeks ago. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, yes, I did. I always do that when those advertisements pop up just to kind of see where they are. I'm interested in selling this property. I've already gutted it. I put all the permits. I passed all my inspections except my final. And I haven't even requested a final because I have not did the finishes. All the drywall is in, all the taping and mudding is in, all of the mechanics is in, passed all those inspections. And I'm at the point now I have a couple of other projects that I need to get to out of town. One is in Detroit, one is in Atlanta. And I just, if I stay here and finish this project, it's going to be at least another 2 months, minimum. At best, 2 months.
Okay.
So I'm saying if I could get out of here now, if I could sell this place for $5 or $550 and get out of here, because finished is worth $650, $700, because mine is a brick. I duplex the first floor down. I put on the second floor, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. I put in a laundry room. I opened up the kitchen and dining for open concept. It's got a separate living room, and I put a balcony up. So on the second floor, they can go out to the balcony in the front. And I built a new garage with 2 doors, we call it a cardi door, to the inside pad. I put a circular inside pad. Then you got the back door, the overhead door, where you drive the 2 cars. You could drive 2 cars in, 2-car parking garage. So that's what it is.
I see. So the reason why the 815 and the 789 is because they were the new builds of 2022. Do we have any comps of a early 1900s?
Let me say 2022. What do you mean?
Like they were built in 2022. The year built is 2022.
Okay. All I know is they were building them over the winter, and they were still building them in January, February.
Right. But I'm saying the year built on those is 2022. Yours is 1912. So we can't. So because of the year built difference, like I need something in the early 1900s as far as a comp goes. Because I mean the one is right down the street on you in South Evans, right, for 789. I see it. I see another one on 6322 South Evans sold for $799. Again, that was 2022 build. Everything that's older, 1903, 1905, I see 505, 350, 565. Do we have anything that is the same similar year built in the 600-700s?
No, not the 600-700s. In the fives, but they're not. Mine did a little bit more. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. You've got. Here we go. Here. You've got. Okay, I'm looking. I'm trying to find. Yeah, you've got 6431 South St. Lawrence. So January of 2023 for 505.
505, I see that.
Okay, now the difference with that is they've got no garage, and I went in there when they were doing the work, and the basement is much smaller than mine. In my basement, where I duplex down, what I did was I put a huge laundry room, I put a computer room, full bath, and one bedroom, and the mechanics is down there, and a very large family room with a wet bar. They don't have all that. I mean, I look at these different things and I understand where you're coming from, but these things make a difference when a person says, "Oh, I got a wet bar in the basement, and I've got a huge family room and a bedroom down here." You know, I could have made the laundry room a bedroom. It's so big, but I wanted to give them that extra space, and I thought about it too late, because then I would have to reroute the piping or the hot water and cold water and blah blah blah. So I said, no, I'm just going to leave it for the room, because the computer room could have been a laundry room, and then that laundry room could have been could have been a bedroom, because it's just that big. It's a bedroom. It's a laundry room / storage room. It's just that big. It could have been a small bedroom, but that's in the past. Let me give you another one that went for something in the five. That's the reason why I say 550. You know, and I'll settle for 515. I'll settle for 500. You know, I'm not trying to take all the meat off the bone. I'll settle. Hold on, there's nothing on here. I don't know what I did with it.
If I give you 500, how much do I need to put into it to finish it?
Probably 35 or 40 max. You know, see, here's the thing. I do this work myself.
Right.
I'm a trader. Now, if you got to go out and hire a bunch of union guys to come in and make it look real good and pretty, then that's different. I clearly understand that I'm willing to negotiate that. I mean, I'm open-minded, but, you know, I've got tons of tools. I can tear a house down and build it back up from the ground. I can build a house from a hole in the wall, in the ground. And, you know, it's just within the last 5 years, this is all I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. I've been working for construction companies. I've been working for guys who have built from the ground up, framed, brand new two-story buildings. I was just on the phone with my architect on a Saturday. How can you get an architect to answer his phone on a Saturday? You know you got to be doing something. I was on the phone with him Saturday, and he was telling me, he said, Chicago is the hardest place to get a variance. Like what I'm trying to build, my next project here, I want to build a 4-unit. He said, Terry, you cannot do a 4-unit at that location. I'm like, why? I talked to the alderman, and he said, I don't care what the alderman said. He said, it's the planning department, it's City Hall. They don't want those big, tall buildings in those neighborhoods. He said, the most they're going to give you is a 3. And with a 3, you can do frame. He said, even if they give you a 4, 4s require masonry. You cannot do a frame. 3 and up, 3 and down, you can do frame. Just like these ones I just showed you on
right.
64. 4 and up, no matter where it is in the city. I don't care where it is. Your neighborhood, it can be Lincoln Park, it can be Lakeview, it can be wherever. Got to be masonry. So now you're talking about $160, $100 to $180 a square foot, opposed to $120 or $110 with what you're trying to do. So, you know, these are the things you get to look at that you have to learn. You have to learn. Knowledge really takes you along. So now 4 is out. I'm not going to do it 4. Even if they said I could do it, I'm not going to spend that kind of money in Chatham. Chatham is the next neighborhood that I plan to do. I've got lots in Chatham, single family lots. But he said, dude, you cannot. He Get that out your mind. The reason I was trying to go with a 4 is because I want to maximize on the space that I got. And in Chicago, 1 through 4 is considered residential. Anything over 4, 5 and up is commercial. I said, okay, why build a 3, but I can go on and build a 4 and I'm still in the residential capacity? Well, even though it's residential, 4 and up has to be masonry. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the 3. So what I'm saying here is that's the mindset I'm in. And I know that we're over here on Evans, that's the West Woodlawn. That neighborhood is going up 3% a year. Classic example. The lady right next door to me, well, 2 doors away, because the vacant lot next to me, which they won't sell. I've been trying to buy that lot forever. They won't sell it. Now that everything's skyrocketing over there, they definitely won't sell it. But she's 6514 South Evans. She bought that January of 22, I think, for like $549. It's worth almost $600 now. It's on the internet. It's there. You can pull it up. 6514 South Evans. I'm 6510. 6512 is a vacant lot. 6514. Now it's new construction, but it's frame. I'm brick. I'm red brick, solid red brick. I know that counts for something. I hope it should. Opposed to some drywall, because I watched these buildings go up from day one. Hers, 6514, they built it about 2 years ago. A year and a half, they built it right in the middle of the pandemic. And then these guys on 64th and Evans, 63rd and Evans. And I was there the moment they did the samplings of the soil samplings. I was there watching and taking pictures. Nothing but drywall. Nothing but dry. And that's when the guy told me when they was doing the buildings next to me, I said, are you all going to put plywood next to that? He said, no. He said, the city don't allow it. He said, this gray drywall is special and it's rated. It's a special rated for fire. He said, specially rated drywall. And he was just
I just want to remind you guys, this guy said he was busy when we started.
They wrap it in that tie-back paper, and then they put siding up. That's it. And here I got double brick wall. To get through my brick wall, you got to go 12 to 13 inches. I got 2 double bricks. Yes, it was built 100 years ago, but still in all, it's much more solid than the stuff they putting up now. 10 times, 100 times more solid. So anyway, it was another one that just sold. Oh, I got it here on this list. I got my sitting on my desk. It was another one that sold right around the corner for $515 or something like that. Okay, $505. There was another one that I went by and looked at. I drove past it, and it did not have. I don't know if it did not have.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
So you said you need to get rid of this one because you got a project in Atlanta and Detroit.
Yes, I do.
What about selling me the properties in Atlanta and Detroit?
No, I don't. Well, first I got partners on those.
Oh, okay.
And they wouldn't tolerate that for I think. But this is the one that's for sale. Those are not as far as this. Those are not as far along.
I just don't think I'm gonna be able to get to 500. I hear you, but it's
480. Can you get to 480? If you can get to 480 cash and cash me out, I'm on it. Okay, it's worth it. It's no doubt it's worth it.
But my thing is I don't know. I don't see anything that says, hey, this is what this is going to be. What it can't be worth 700. It's going to be worth the 5s, right? And you're saying it needs 40.
You say what again?
It's going to be worth something starting with a 5, right? $500 something $1,000.
Okay, this is what the analyst told me last week. A young lady by the name of Tiffany. She's with Caldwell Bank.
Watch how hard I hurt
right here. Talking to one of her investors, and he told her to go buy. She said, "Well, I'm not that far from this. I'm in Hyde Park, but he's right in Woodlawn. Let me run on down." She called us back about an hour and put us on a conference call. She said, "Completed." This girl knows what she's talking about. She's on point. She says, "Completed. He can market that for 6." She says, I don't know if he'll get the 6, but he can start at 6. He may have to come down 10, have to come down 15, may have to come down 20. But he can start at 6. Here's the reason that she gave. She said because everything within a mile and a half, especially going east, maybe not going west, going towards St. Lawrence or toward King Drive, but you're going toward across Cottage, going east, going towards Stony Island, going over there where the Obama Center is coming up on Stony Island. She says everything over there is set up for 7, 8, and 9. She said it's just you're just in the community. You're in the ballpark. You're in the ballpark. So if you start at 6 and you got the space, the key with my place, I did something that was very intentional. When I completely gutted, I rerouted all the pipes where in the basement and wherever else you had clear head space. Put the pipes along where the beams are, where the main beam of the building is, and then you cone that, or either you soffit that. Well, people expect the beam to be there, but they don't want pipes in the middle of it, and that's what some of the people who have looked at it within the last couple of weeks have said, man, there's so much space in this place. Wow. Now, listen to this. These new properties have no basement. They're built from grade, which is the ground. When you,
this dude made my ears hot.
Up. No basement. No lower level at all. I asked the realtor, Kenyatta Hunter, I asked her, why did they do that? Why didn't they put a lower level? She just shook her head and said, well, it wasn't necessary. You know, if they had done that, then we'd be trying to get over 900. This is when she had her open house on the weekend of the Super Bowl. For the first month, neither of these have sold because they got about 8 of them. And they got 2 or 3 on Langley, which is a block west. Then they got a couple on Champlain, which is about two blocks west. So they started with these on Evan.
This is a Closers Olympics nightmare call right here.
It was that weekend, the Super Bowl was Sunday, of course.
Shut up.
That Saturday, that 64-44, the one that just sold for 8 something. They had their open house, and Kenyatta Hunter, they had their open house that Saturday as well. I just asked, I said, why didn't they make this first floor a 4-bedroom, 5-bath, or 4-bath? Because they've got 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. But they're narrow. They're small. I understand that they're shooting for the University of Chicago, which is right down the street, right up the street. I mean, you can throw a cotton ball and hit the university. Yeah, I understand they're shooting for that market because that's where all her signs were, open house. You drive past the university, you see her signs everywhere. And so, but those people are used to living in small dorms. And I told a friend, I said, anybody that buy those, they've got the downside, bedroom size to dining room, because the place is so compact. It's super compact. How can you get 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, in the typical Chicago lot, which is only 25 by 125? You got to have your mechanic. You got to have a kitchen. The kitchen was super small. It wasn't even a galley kitchen. It was a half of a galley kitchen. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, in mine, you get tons of space, large kitchen area, large factor. This is a whole building, high ceiling, a lot of space. That's what I'm banking on. So, it is what it is.
Listen, man. I hear everything that you're saying.
Are you in Chicago?
No, I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, but I do stuff in Chicago all the time. I was just in Chicago a couple weeks ago. I know right where this house is. I drove right by it. I'm not seeing it. I don't think I'm going to be able.
What do you think? If I can get close to that, if I can get to 480, if I can get 475, I can't go down to 450. I can't go down to 460 because I know I'm leaving 100 or 150 on the table. I know that because I've done too much work in the tight.
Well, I know, but you still got work that has to be finished. So
finish it.
Right.
We're talking about some flooring. We're talking about some baseboards and some painting. That's about it. Ain't enough to do in there. Oh, yes, you got to do the countertops. You got to do your cabinet, stuff like that. But I mean, that's it. That's it. All the structural work is done. All the mechanics is done. Everything is up and running. I even bought all the doors. All the doors are in because I always fit my doors. I put them in and I fit them, then I take them back out to make sure once they get through and they put the flooring and everything in, everything will fit. I don't have to go in and redo. I've done this in the past. We have to go in, you have to do restructuring and cut the wood down. None of that. Just slide them right in. I purchased a special for both units, French door. I've got French doors there. I mean, huge, like all the way up to the top. Because I took the top up high. I think it's like over 9 feet. You know, I mean, just really classy stuff because I know what's in the area. I know what's in that area. You got a lot of university people. You got a lot of professors. Right across the street from me, 6511. A white family purchased that about maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It was a gray stone. It was a two-flat. He turned it into a single family. The guy that did it, he was a realtor. He was, I forgot the name of the realty company that he was with. Jamal is his name. He was with, I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, he gutted it and turned it into a single family. He had several buyers that not one, not two. He said, man, I can't get this place done fast enough. Compass. He was with Compass Realty. Ever heard of them?
Yes.
Compass, yeah, he was with Compass. And it sold like a hot cake. Sold like a hot cake. Right across the street. Pull it up. 6511 South Evan. 6510. What did that sell for? 6511 South Evan.
It's not going that far back because that's further than 6 months. So I've got it already filtered to only the past 6 months.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you. Hold on. I know it was in the fives. I talked to him just in the last few days. He said, man, yours is a greater square footage than mine. Mine is more square footage. And then he said he should have kept his a two-flat. He said, I could have just did what you did, duplex down. Hold on one second. For sale, 6511. This home sold for $490 on November 8th, 2021. Do you need the MLS number?
No, I mean, but listen, if we said the property is worth $575 when it's completely done.
Listen, it won't stay on the market a week.
Okay, great. So we're getting $575 no matter what. And then I'm putting $40,000 into it. Okay. So, and I pay you $465 after holding costs and closing costs and all of that. I'm making $1,000. I got it right here on my calculator. Listen, I'm going to have 5% holding costs while I do the work. That's going to include the property taxes, the utilities, my mortgage interest, and all of that. And then I'm going to have realtor fees.
Make me an offer. Make me a respectable offer. Make me an offer. You're talking to the person that can make the decision right here, right now.
$375.
Can't do that. Can't do $375. It's just.
But that's realistically, if I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the work, then that's what makes sense for an investor to come in, unless there's something that you can leverage.
I understand, but the key word of what you just said is investment. The reason why these others sold for the price that they sold for the most, just like the one that just sold 6 days ago, I walked right past it today, this morning. The people have already moved in. They got curtains on the first floor. You can see part of their furniture in there. They're living there. These people are not investors, and they are not, how can I put it, profit driven. I clearly understand. But I'm you. I'm doing the same thing that you're doing, and so that's the reason.
But let me ask you this: do you have anything that you can leverage on this deal to make it more enticing. So like I told you,
Like what? All I got is the building. That's it.
can you be the bank?
To what extent?
Do you have a mortgage on the property?
No mortgage on the property.
Okay.
I always work out of pocket.
Okay,
Here's
so
the reason I work out of pocket. I work out of pocket because I can build, like I just said, I can build a house from a hole in the ground. And people call me, and the reason why I've been dealing with this for so long is because I be gone from it for what? I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes a month or two. Working on other jobs, I pick up $20,000, $30,000 on some big job I got. Taking all my equipment over there, $18,000, $16,000, $40,000. I can come back and put it into this. So I don't have to get
all he's doing right now is thinking about what I just asked him.
I can work out of pocket. Like right now, I'm in a situation where I need cash.
Okay, so I
go out and work on jobs, and I take 2 weeks, and I come back and I've got $24,000, $26,000. So if you say, listen, I'll pay you $500 for this bill, $500, but I'm going to give you 25%, or I'll give you a third right away. You hold the note on the rest. Let me do what I need to do. Finish it. Let me do what I need to do, and I'll pay you the rest later at 0% interest. At 0% interest. When you say I don't, so your holding cost is zero. Your holding cost is zero.
Right. But your price is 500, so I don't like the 500, but I like where you're going.
Okay, wait a minute. If we even go, listen, one thing about doing business anywhere in America and China and Europe, I don't care where in the hell you are, you've got to be open-minded. If you're not open-minded, you are going to lose possibilities and opportunities. I'm open-minded. Okay?
Okay.
Just like when I bought the place. I bought the place back in 2018. The guy who sold me, the company sold me, was out of Southern California. They said, listen, we got to get rid of this because we've got lawsuits and blah, 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 blah. And every time we deal with this issue, we're a corporation, we have other assets, we got to send lawyers to court. I said, you know what? We ended up coming up with a deal for 18 or 19 grand. Okay? I had my people look into it, the encumbrances, whatever. They said, man, you have to clean up at about maybe 65,000 worth of encumbrances, water bill, back taxes, liens, blah, 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 blah. I pounded the numbers. I said, let's do it. They were in California. They're in Southern California. U.S. corporation, or some home corporation, or some company like that. They sent me the deed. They said, listen, if you're serious, we've looked you up. You've been in the business a while. We know a few people there. They've heard of you. They know the companies you work for. They sent me the deed before I sent them one penny. I recorded everything. I sent them their money. Didn't even have to, of course, ethical. You're honest. You're going to do what you say you're going to do. I paid them. I said, hey, because there was a court date coming up. And they said, the only way you can go to court, you have to be the owner. You can go to court and say, hey, I just bought this building. You cannot go to court and say, I'm going to buy it. The judge don't want to hear that. They're like, no. I want to see the owner. Tell the owners to come in here. So I went as the owner. I said, I just acquired this property. Here's the documents, blah, blah, blah. The judge said, okay, what you going to do with it? I said, I'm going to start working on this. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to take care of all these violations, blah, blah, blah. The inspector was there. The inspector looked at me and said, okay, well, how much time do you need? I said, I don't need no more than about 2 months. They gave me 2 months, came back to court, the judge threw out all of the violations because I had gutted the place. I called the inspector, told him to come take a look. I said, hey, I got my permit, got my architect, the roller, told the judge, he's doing what he said he's going to do. That's the way I operate. But on the record, it'll show, oh, you only paid 18, 19, 20 grand for this. No, the encumbrances and all the liens and all the other stuff that was attached to it, it was a $24,000 water bill for crying out loud. $24,000 water bill. And you can't transfer title without getting a water cert. You got to get a water certificate. You got to pay it. So I understand what you're saying, but everything has to be open-minded and negotiable. So if you say, okay, listen,
all right, hold on. I got it. I got your offer. It's as open-minded as you could possibly be. Okay.
475.
No, hold on. Let me
Like that, I can work with that.
let me tell it to you. Okay. You let us come in and finish the project. So we invest the $40,000 to finish the project. You don't have to worry about finishing it. We list it on the MLS. We sell it. Okay. When it sells, all I want to make for this property is 12% of what it sells for. So if it sells for $575, I want $69,000 in profit.
Here's where I am with that. That appears to be doable, very doable, but I need some type of cash now.
How much?
I'm doing things. I probably, you tell me what's feasible. I don't know what your pockets look like. You tell me what's doable for you.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm bringing $40,000 to finish the project.
Okay.
So there's that in and of itself. So anything over that, that's just what, like an entry fee to get in. I'm going to want to recoup that on the back side.
Okay, no, that's exactly what I was going to suggest. Okay, you recoup that on the back side, aside from your 12%.
Right. So I want my rehab money recouped, your cash recouped, and my 12%. That's what I want. I mean, are you talking about like you need 5,000 or you need like 100,000?
No, I don't need no more than about maybe 25,000. If that. I can even settle for 15. Here's the thing. The other projects I got, I've been operating the same way. I don't owe nothing. I don't owe anything. But I got crew. I got people I need to pay. And I've got a rule of thumb. Nobody works for me unless I got your money in my pocket. I don't believe in owing nobody. You finish working, I write your check, you get paid. Or if we're on a weekly basis, in that week, you get your money. So right now, some things I'm doing, I have to shut them down because I'm out of cash. I'm a cash and carry kind of guy. Later on, I'm establishing banking where I can deal with the banks and that sort of thing. But right now, it's like with this property. This property as is, you know it's worth some good money. I don't owe one penny. I have not one lien on this property. I can let you call my attorney right now. Okay? Renee Calvin. She's her office is directly across the street from City Hall. Directly on 1605, right there on Washington and LaSalle. She'll tell you this guy owes not a penny on this property. Not a dime.
This is going down.
Got all my documents. All I'm saying to you,
this is happening.
Try to run a clean operation.
This is why you sit here and fucking shut up.
Jumping through hoops and all this other dumb shit that just takes time. Keep your business clean. Keep it clean. Keep it straight. You know, all the liens and no. You sign an agreement with me, I want it to be as simple, as plain and straightforward as possible. Plain and straightforward. That's it. Once we get through with that, let's get this. Then we move on to something. Just like when I bought it, I said, hey, if you got to go to court next week, or in 2 or 3 days, or whatever the case may be, because I think it was on a Thursday, and they had a court date that Tuesday. I said, you know, you got to overnight that deed to me. I've got to get the water bill done. Also, the zoning cert, you have to have a water certification and a zoning cert before you can get something recorded. I just took all the documents. Well, I had it recorded, but I took all the documents and I did that myself. I went to the county and did it myself. I went to court with all the documents so the judge and the inspector could see it. They didn't even look at it. They just took my word for it. Hey, you do. I said, here it is, Johnny. You can look at it. Okay. The inspector, how much time you need? There we go. So what I'm saying to you is, I understand your deal. It's doable. But the most important thing is I'm not going to just turn my back on this and let somebody else come in and start doing it. And I don't see no cash. I need some money.
All right.
You know,
15,000.
Make it 20 and we got a deal.
20. Let's do it. 20,000 in your pocket. We come in, we finish the project, we list it, we get 12% from the final sales price. and then we recoup our cash. So our 20,000, whatever the rehab, 40,000 on the rehab, we recoup that, and then you get the rest.
This is what I'm asking for. Yes, this is what I'm asking for. I'm asking that I am a part, you have to pay me anything, of the consulting, because I don't want someone to come in here and say, well, it's going to take us, okay, I'll give you an example. Last week, I had about 5 or 6 different tradesmen and workers to come in, and some of them were union guys and some were, to give me estimates on tile for the bathroom, the kitchen, cabinets, how much they charge for the cabinets. And one, like 2 or 3 guys, but one specifically said, man, your floors are not that bad. We can refinish them. You ain't got to do tile. You do tile in some areas, but we know how to make these floors look good. I don't want someone on your team to come in and say, and listen, I'm going to tell you the prices. And I got them. $2,200. The guy told me for the second floor, because I was going to do the second floor first because I got someone staying on the first floor in one room just to watch the building. That's all they're there for. And all they have is a TV in there and a bed, and that's it. That's it. All the rest of the place is empty. They do not mess up the place because I told them, you're only here to watch this building. You're not here permanently to live here. None of that. None of that. They got to understand it. So we're on the second floor. Guy looks at all the floors and everything, blah, blah, blah. He says, man, your floors are not that bad. There's certain areas where I took the wall down to expand the kitchen and the dining room for the open concept, where that separation is. He said, you may have to just go vinyl in this kitchen, but in this dining room, all the way back to your front room. I know the front room was in excellent shape. He said, you got a few separations here, but we can fix that. You can do refinishing. People like hardwood flooring. Now, they've learned to accept this vinyl bull crap, but that's cheap. Vinyl is, I don't care what kind of engineered vinyl flooring wood.
Because there's no price.
Cheap. It's not quality.
So in this case, there's no argument over the ARV or anything like that.
Wood floor. So this guy said, he showed me a picture. I'll take you the picture right now. He showed me the floors he did not far away. He said the key to hiding the imperfection is making them dark. He said when you sand them real good and you repair the places, the wood areas that need replacing, which don't take much, he said, and then you varnish them, you put a dark varnish on it. And he said, look at this. He showed me, look beautiful. So I don't want your team to come in and say, well, you know, we got to spend $5,000 on getting, no. The guy just told me a week ago he can do them for $2,200. Then he told me, he said he could do all my doors and baseboards for $2,000. And I thought that was kind of, I told him, I said, $2,000. I said, man, it's just what, 6, 7 doors? You got 3 bedrooms, bathroom, the closets, the bifold doors, and then you got the furnace rooms. I put a front and back door on the furnace because you got the hot water tank in there with it. And on the other side, on the outside, you've got your laundry area. So you got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe like 8 or 9 doors. That's nothing. And I've already pre-fitted them. Yeah, okay, well, we can work it out. I said, well, you know, that should be half that price. He looked at me kind of funny, but, you know, we'll probably settle for $1,250 or so. I don't want your guys to come in and say we got to spend $3,000 or $4,000 to put all the doors and the baseboards in. That's all I'm saying. You know, because I get this stuff done at a very modest price, not cheap. I don't go cheap, but I go modest. I get good people, and I do it myself, and we do good work, just like in the basement last week. There were some uneven humps in the concrete. I took my 7-inch concrete blade, 7-inch, not 4.5. I took the 7-incher, and I cut it out, and I did it over. The guy came back about 3 days, but he said, man, that's amazing that you did that quickly. Looks so good. It's like with the wet bar. I had to run a drain all the way across the basement. I went to Home Depot. I bought the concrete cutter because they've got the 12-inch blade. Okay, that cut it all the way across. Put the PVC in there. Ran the pipe, tapped into the sewer on the other side because you got to have a sewer where if you have a furnace or the air conditioner, tapped into it, all that up. I did this myself. It took me 2 weeks. Okay, but I saved $4,000. I saved $3-4 grand.
Here's what's going to happen. If we can agree on the deal that we just agreed to, before anything gets executed and we close, we will come walk the property and guarantee, like, okay, this is.
Want to walk the property. Come walk the property first. That's the key. It's no need of doing the deal or getting all this paperwork done, and then and then you walk the property and say, well, we got to do this. Walk the property. Let's do that tomorrow.
Well,
I'm there every day. I'm there every day.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, that's not how I do stuff. Because if I come out there and I walk the property and I take all the time to get all these people to come and say, okay, we're going to come out there. And then you decide, well, I really want $200,000, not $20,000. I just wasted all my time.
Okay, no. We can get the preliminaries nailed.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I ain't got no problem with that. Okay, I didn't know that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
The preliminaries, I can do that right now. I can write it down. I can sign it. I can send it to Renee Calman, and she can send it. She can what do they call it when they stamp something? Put the stamp on it.
All I need is your signature. I don't need anybody else. Well, you're the owner. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put
notarize my signature. Well, you say this guy signed this. It's binding. It's binding.
I don't even need that. I just need you to. I'm going to send you the contract via email. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put together the agreement.
Okay, you're going to do that before 5 because I'm here at the office and they print the stuff downstairs. And if you send it to me, you only got about, I don't know what time it is in Texas, but it's 4:15 here.
It's 4:15. So maybe I don't get it to you today. Maybe you got to do it in the morning. That's fine. Because here's the deal. I got to place phone calls and get my guys lined up to come be able to walk it anyways. But regardless, I'm going to send you the agreement. You're going to sign the agreement. At that point in time, we'll meet you out at the property. We'll come out there. We'll do our walkthrough. We'll say, yep, we think we can do this for the $40,000. So that way you understand what you're going to be walking away with at the end of this. Because I understand you're trying to protect how much money you're going to make. So I want to make sure that we're in agreement that, yep, we can get this done pretty close to that $40,000 number. This is what we're going to
make that 40,000, make it 50.
Okay. That's fine. 50,000. And then we're going to at that point in time, we'll go and we'll execute and we'll get this closed. Okay. But that first step 1, I'm going to send you over the agreement. You assign that. Then we'll come out. We'll walk the property.
Okay. Let's go through the numbers again. You want 12% of the closing.
Yep.
Okay. Now that 12% is after the 50 grand that you put in for is that so the 12% is net or gross?
It is. If we go sell it for $575, I want 12% of the $575,000, so $69,000.
Okay, so that's gross.
Correct.
That's 12% of
Yes.
the gross.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 12% of the gross. Let's go 10% of the gross. 10% of the gross, because you're getting all your money back. Everything you put in, everything you're getting it all back. You're getting your the money you're giving.
I wouldn't go flip a house for 10%. That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm able to give you more money, though. So here's the thing. Don't please. I'm coming in and I found a way to make this work. Let's not trip over 2%.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Half a million.
I mean, we're talking about $11,000 difference here, and I'm willing to give you the $20,000 up front.
Okay. All right. So we're saying 12% of Axon price. 50 grand is going to go into finishes. 20,000 is the base fee coming to me, which comes out of which is a part of your expense.
Correct.
That's with the 70. So off the top, you're getting 70. if they spend the whole 50. I mean, who knows? I don't know. It could be less.
Correct. It's whatever it is.
Okay. I got you. And then we're saying 12%. 12%. Okay. And how much are you talking about starting tomorrow? I think we should market this at $599.9. We shouldn't go with $575 because that's probably where we'll probably land at. We'll probably land at around $570 something. But we got to start high. Here's the reason. Here's my reasoning. People are very sophisticated these days, and people know that vinyl shit down the street can take a bullet right through the wall. Let's talk real talk here. It is Chicago. And even though the Obama Center is coming up and you got tons and tons of buyers, even though the University of Chicago is right down the street, you got lots of big people with big money that can afford $600,000. Even though you got the Caucasian, the European buying right across the street. Let's talk real talk. It's still Chicago. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is Al Capone's Chicago, and they shoot. But this is a brick building. These walls are not drywall. So most buyers,
no drywall walls.
To know, and I had one guy just tell me this recently. He said, "Man, I'm a brick guy." I mean, I think he was coming to do some work or something over there. He said, "Man, I don't know all this stuff they building around here with vinyl and plastic." He said, "I'm a brick guy. I like brick properties." People are sophisticated to see that, and you have to market that. You have to put that out there. Plus, everything else they're building around. Well, a few don't, but the majority of them have no lower level. They're grade and up. They're from the ground and up. No basements, no going downstairs. And I've had no flooding, no water in the basement, none of that. I've had none of that. And I've dug all that stuff up, all my sewer, all that shit is new. So I think we should start at $599.
I don't have a problem listing for more. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I think let's do this. Let me write up the agreement. Let me get that over to you so we can get. I'm not going to get it to you in time for it to be signed today because this is a little bit of a.
That's fine.
Yeah, this is a little bit more of a complicated agreement that I need to write up.
Well, keep it simple. I don't want
listen. Our agreements are 2 pages, but I got to make sure I get all the little idiosyncrasies in there. We'll sign it tomorrow. I need to also call my guys, make sure we can get them lined up to get out there as soon as possible this week. So let me get that agreement over to you. We've got it, but verbally, I agree to do this. You agree to do it. Let me get that signed agreement over to you so we can sign that tomorrow, and then let's get the walkthrough going, okay?
this number here,
915-6860.
Okay, I'm going to text you my email address, manthonyterry@yahoo.com.
Yep.
I'm going to text that to you, and I'm also going to text you in that same email. I'm going to text you that floor because I really like that. Because I don't want someone to come in here and say, "Oh, we can just put vinyl floors all over the place." I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, I don't mean to be petty, but cheap is cheap, and quality is quality. And when you get hardwood floors, and you get somebody who says, "Hey, I can sand these floors down, I can refinish them," wherever you got a little, because there used to be radiators, and we took all the radiators out. Where the radiators were, they got the hole in the floor where the pipe used to go. I don't know if you do rehab. You do rehab?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know where the radiators were. They had the hole in the floor where the pipes went down. So that's got to be fixed, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what he's talking about. He's talking about those areas. He said, "I can fix those." He said, "I just cut part of it out, put new wood in there, and just keep on going." You can't even tell that it was cut out. So I want you to see that. Like I say, just last week. So let me do that. Let me send you my email address.
Okay.
Numbers together, but this has to be done this week. This is Monday. Come to town. If your guys are here, are your guys in Chicago?
I got guys there in Chicago to come see it.
Even if you're not here.
Yeah.
If you want to go on and send these guys on through, these are your guys. They can tell you.
Yes, absolutely.
We can get this done.
I trust them implicitly. So yes,
I'm there every day.
All right.
Every day I'm at that building workout. I was there earlier today. So just let me know.
Then let me get on the phone with them. Let me get it going. I'll get the agreement. We'll get it signed tomorrow, and we'll get this done. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Marvin. Bye-bye. What? What? Oh, bro. Someone give me a beer. Let's fill up the horn. That's how we do it. Oh, man. That was intense. I mean, I don't know what was more difficult. Listening to that or trying to find a hole to interject to actually make the deal happen. And I want to point out a couple things about that call because there's so much that happened in there. Because I had the patience to just shut up and listen, he eventually got back around to explaining how motivated he was and telling us, this is what I need. This is why I need it. And this was originally, he was asking $565,000 on this, to which we eventually agreed that the ARV on this is $575. So asking price $565. We agreed on the ARV is $575. He wants the list for higher, but he agrees we're probably going to land on $575. I could see that. I could see that based off of the comps. I think he's a little light on his repair, but I think that will be the only thing that we potentially have to overcome during the walkthrough. To explain the offer, because I saw there was a lot of comments about, why not seller finance? Why go the route of novation? Wait, let me be clear here. I don't think that there is a term for the offer that was given. Okay? This is not a traditional arrangement here, because there is no guaranteed amount to the seller. The guaranteed amount is to us, which is the 12% of whatever it sells for. So that is what makes the deal feasible for us, because we're no longer arguing about price. We're no longer arguing about, he was like, listen, I'll do 475. I'll go down to 465. I hit him with the 375 offer. He said, I can't do it. Okay. So if you can't do 375, because that's where we need to be. Now, mind you, if we did 375, we make $91,000 profit. We sell at 575. We do 40,000 in repairs. We've got our closing costs. We've got our holding costs. We make $91,000. Okay. We can see that right here in our quick calculator, $91,000. All right. Now, what I was able to do there is say, all right, I don't really need to make $91,000. I would be willing to make $69,000 if I don't have to come up with cash out of pocket to buy the property and I don't have holding costs. So what does that alleviate? That alleviates $29,000 in holding costs and also $375,000 in purchase. So you're talking about $400,000 out of pocket that we don't have to come up with now. That's why we're willing to make $22,000 less. I think this is going to be a great deal. I think we should be able to move this very easily. So that was a fun conversation. I am so glad that happened on the live. I hope you guys got a lot from it because I love seeing those kind of conversations go down.